This section is 6.3, and what we're doing is we're still solving system of equations, but this method is called elimination. And so we're going to fold it over like this. And then we're looking at special situations where we have coefficients. And coefficient just means the letter in front of the variable. So I'm going to write it up here, coefficient. The number in front of the variable, coefficient. The number in front of the letter, which is really called a variable. What you want to do is select the coefficient first. What you're looking for is to be the same coefficient. That means the same number. If they're the same and the signs are opposite, you're going to have to add the two systems together. So let's take a look. So like I mentioned before, the first thing that you want to do is select the coefficients that are the same coefficients. Here are the same coefficients. To determine whether you have to add or subtract is by looking at the signs in front of them. If they're opposite, you add these two equations together. How do we add them? Well, the like terms still stay together. So the x's with the x's, the y's with the y's, and the constants are the ones without the variable, are the ones that stay together. So we're going to look at 3 plus 4, which gives you 7x. And 4 plus a negative 4 is 0. That's why we call this elimination. We just eliminated the y variable because it's 0. And that equals 2 plus 12, 14. We're going to divide both sides by 7 to solve for the value of x. X is equal to 2. From here, we still have to find the y value. I'm going to choose that first equation and substitute in that value of x. So I have 3 times 2 plus 4y is equal to 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 4y is equal to 2. Minus 6 to both sides. 4y is equal to negative 4. Then we're going to divide by 4. Y is equal to negative 1. And I'm still looking for that order pair. This is just a different method of solving called elimination, which gives you 2, negative 1 as the solution to this problem. All right, let's try it again. What I want you to look for first is this same coefficient. That means the number in front. If the signs are the opposite, so I'm going to circle like this. And I'm going to write opposite like I did for the previous problem. But are they the opposite? Well, this one doesn't have a sign, means that it is positive, and this one's negative, so they are the opposite sign. Once you know that they're opposite, you're going to add the two systems together. 3 plus a negative 3 is 0, and that's how we got it to eliminate. 2 plus 5 is 2 plus a negative 5 is a negative 3y. A negative 19 plus a positive 25 is 6. Thanks. Then we're going to divide by negative 3. Y is equal to negative 2. We still need the x value, so we're going to take the first equation. It really doesn't matter if you take the first or the second equation, but we're going to plug in the value. I have 3x plus 2, and our y value is negative 2. And that equals 19, negative 19, sorry about that. And we solve for x. So 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 19. Add 4 to both sides. 3x is equal to negative 15. Divide by 3. X is equal to negative 5. And your final answer will be the order pair negative 5, negative 2. Okay, what happens if they're not the opposite? Subtract. You're going to subtract if they're the same. It still means the same coefficient. You're looking for that same number first. And then if they have the same sign, we're going to subtract them. So let's take a look. The first thing that I want you to look for is the same coefficient. And then you're looking at the sign in front of them. If they're the same, and you're like, I don't see any signs. Well, they would both be positive. That means that this system is going to be subtracted. Let's take a look. 7 minus 7 is 0, so that's how it got eliminated. And then 4 minus 2 is 2y. 2 minus 8 is negative 6. Then we're going to divide by 2. Y is equal to negative 3. We still need the x value, so we're going to substitute it into the first equation. 7 x plus 4, and we have a y value of negative 3. And that's equal to 2. We're going to solve for x. That's 7x minus 12 is equal to 2 plus 12 to both sides. 7x is equal to 14. Divide by 7 to both sides. X is equal to 2. And your final answer is the order pair 2, negative 3. Okay, so we're looking for the same coefficient first. Once we find the same coefficient, we're looking at the signs in front of them. If they're the same, you subtract. Same, subtract. Same, subtract. 2 minus a negative 5 is a 7x. Negative 3 minus a negative 3. I'm sorry? Minus a negative is positive. And then this one will get eliminated. And that equals 9 minus 30 is a negative 21. Now we're going to divide by 7 to solve for x. X is equal to a negative 3. We're going to plug it in to the first one, just because that's what I've been doing. 2 negative 3 minus 3y is equal to 9. 2 minus a negative 3 is a negative 6 minus 3y is equal to 9. add 6 to both sides. Negative 3, don't forget the sign. Y is equal to 15. Then we're going to divide by negative 3 to both sides. Y is equal to negative 5. So your final answer is negative 3, negative 5. On the last part, it says use either when coefficients have either sign. What does that mean? It makes more sense if we look at our two examples. So we're looking for the same coefficient. This does have a 1 in front of them, so that would be the same coefficient, 1 and 1. And then we have to look at the signs. This one has the same sign, subtract. Same sign, subtract. So we're going to subtract these two. X minus X is eliminated. That's why we had to subtract. And then negative Y minus Y is a negative 2Y. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. So then we divide by negative 2 to both sides. Y is equal to 1. We plug it into the first equation. X minus is part of the equation. 1 is the only thing that we substitute in, is equal to 1. We're going to add 1 to both sides. X is equal to 2. So your order pair is 2, 1. But it said either way. Well, when you have both sets of coefficients being equal to each other, because you could have selected this one. Is these coefficients the same? Yes, there's still 1. There's still 1 on both. And are these two signs the same? Yes. I mean, they're different. They're opposite. And when you have opposite signs, you have to add them. So it just depends on which variable you want to eliminate and which one you see. So x plus x is 2x. Negative y plus a y eliminates. And then I have 1 plus 3, which is 4. We divide by 2. X is equal to 2. We're going to plug it into the first equation. 2 minus y is equal to 1. So we have to subtract 2 to both sides. Negative y is equal to negative 1. Don't forget that sign. Divide by negative 1. Y is equal to 1. So we got the exact same answer, 2, 1. Doing it either method when the coefficients are the same on both pairs of the variables.